Always forgive your enemies, nothing annoys them so much. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Yes, I am a dreamer. For a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Hearts are made to be broken. You don't love someone for their looks, or their clothes, or for their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. Death must be so beautiful. To lie in the soft brown earth, with the grasses waving above one's head, and listen to silence. To have no yesterday, and no tomorrow. To forget time, to forgive life, to be at peace. Nowadays people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything, and the value of nothing. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Children begin by loving their parents. As they grow older they judge them, sometimes they forgive them. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live, it is asking others to live as one wishes to live. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving oneself, and one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. We are each our own devil, and we make this world our hell. I have nothing to declare except my genius. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. After a good dinner one can forgive anybody, even one's own relations. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Art is the only serious thing in the world, and the artist is the only person who is never serious. Humanity takes itself too seriously. It is the world's original sin. If the caveman had known how to laugh, history would have been different. Live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. Only dull people are brilliant at breakfast. To get back my youth I would do anything in the world, except take exercise, get up early, or be respectable. A bore is someone who deprives you of solitude without providing you with company. Nowadays most people die of a sort of creeping common sense, and discover when it is too late that the only things one never regrets are one's mistakes. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating, people who know absolutely everything, and people who know absolutely nothing. Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter. Everything in moderation, including moderation. The world is changed because you are made of ivory and gold. The curves of your lips rewrite history. Society often forgives the criminal, it never forgives the dreamer. The public have an insatiable curiosity to know everything, except what is worth knowing. I may not agree with you, but I will defend to the death your right to make an ass of yourself. Laughter is not at all a bad beginning for a friendship, and it is by far the best ending for one. Paradoxically though it may seem, it is nonetheless true that life imitates art far more than art imitates life. Life is too short to learn German. The nicest feeling in the world is to do a good deed anonymously and have somebody find out. One should never trust a woman who tells one her real age. A woman who would tell one that would tell one anything. The good ended happily, and the bad unhappily. That is what fiction means. Women have a much better time than men in this world. There are far more things forbidden to them. They've promised that dreams can come true, but forgot to mention that nightmares are dreams, too. There are many things that we would throw away if we were not afraid that others might pick them up. Hear no evil, speak no evil, and you won't be invited to cocktail parties. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. You will always be fond of me. I represent to you all the sins you never had the courage to commit. A good friend will always stab you in the front. I don't want to go to heaven. None of my friends are there. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. I am not young enough to know everything. Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes.